Can you speak English? That's part of the reason why you can't get no acting job.
I'm sure.
Your articulation is poor.
I'm sure. If only you actually like.
Put it through. What does that mean? Can you put it through?
He's trying to do the whole child actor parents sacrifice their childhood gag.
Oh, well, okay, well, we got
look at her.
$30 million today.
Look at her. That's fine.
Yeah, I sacrificed her, I guess.
Okay.
Come on, Wiggins.
But what did your mama do to you?
Huh?
She you up.
My mom's fine.
You should have been a child entertainer.
I'm
You
good.
should have been one. Maybe you would have more gumption. Maybe you would have more get to it. Because your mama fucked you up. She turned you into a mama's boy who harasses a woman. What kind of bullshit is that?
Gaslighting anyone? Gaslight. I mean, we could start a fire. Whoa.
That the insults, shame, need to be right. It's all in a room. Order 66 was coming through that phone very loud and clear. I'm impressed, Mama Palmer. I'm impressed at that.
You ain't heard nothing yet, I'll tell you that. She went on to say, Mr. Walker, he said, you sold your daughter out. You know, she said, well, we made $30 million. So what did your mama do for you?
Yeah. She said, maybe I did. But we made bread, ninja. So your mama ain't do nothing for you. She effed you up. You ain't nothing but a punk. You're soft. You're weenie small. All that.
I still stand by what I said last week. When she popped up on the camera, I didn't say that she was, look, I'm going to say this. You know, I think people forget women are protectors as well. We don't play about our kids, period, at all. So is this behavior correct? No. I think Keke Palmer's mom is toxic as hell. I think that she is a hot mess. You know, the first thing I said last week when I saw her pop up on the camera like that, I still stand by what I said. But I think that to pick Meek's point last week, she wasn't giving Keke Palmer any type of she wasn't giving Keke that victim card at all. I still don't believe that it was I still stand by what I said last week. I don't think it was any wrong. I don't think the wrong just fell on one side. I think it was both of them clowning, both of them goofy. Like I said last week, he's goofy. Keke Palmer is goofy. I still don't think that gives either one of them the right to put their hands on each other. And I think the mama is just, I mean, she's just really a mess. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, and I think that Keke calling her mom also shows a lot about their relationship. Something happened to me, I'm calling my mama. I'm putting her, you know, it's just kind of like Keke Palmer is, are y'all ready for this? She the queen of the pick-me's, and this is when pick-me goes toxic, okay? Keke Palmer was that little geeky little girl in the corner. No offense, I ain't being mean. Hey, I'm with the geeks. I like the shy dude in the corner. I already said that. But I think when you are a woman who's used to getting attention and who's used to getting a lot of men who possibly would like to know you, it's not, you're not going to do a lot of silly stuff a lot of the times. And when you're not used to that, you know, you go into full throttle pick me mode to the max. If it was a percentage, she went to 98. So I think all of this is just a mixture of that. It's bad. It's ghetto all around.
See, I'm still very confused about pick me. I don't understand the definition.
Yeah, what's pick me about that? Because she seems like she
write a whole book.
Man.
It's levels to pick me. It's levels to the pick me, and I ain't got enough time on this podcast right now for me to go through the psychology behind the multiple levels of pick me.
There's psychology behind it?
Huh?
Okay, I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm very confused.
Look, I say this, like some people would call me a pick me, right? Some people would call me, I think just like how guys in the 70s, Al Green and Marvin Gaye, I don't think they were pick me's. I don't think they were simps, but the world would call them a simp. The world would call them a pick me. So I think we just have, you know, people, it all depends on your perspective on things. But I'm gonna say this, okay, let's not use that word since it's triggering, but we're gonna say this. Keke Palmer is a woman who, due to her lack of attention from males, I think that she just makes bad choices. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, just to talk about her mom. Like her mom to me sounds like a child, and it's like in the epitome of like angry Black woman. It's like, can we be more stereotypical? Like I couldn't with that whole clip. It was just all bad, you know. I don't know. I don't know.
All bad.
Bean says that's not balance, that's bias. Defending women at all costs. Toxic.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
We got Beans and Fatty in the chat. Them two of the most antagonizing.
Beans don't listen because I just said her mom. I just said Keke Palmer mama. There's no excuse, but I'm defending all women. She's too old. At that point, it's no excuse. But if we dig deeper, I'm sure. Could we agree that Keke Palmer mama need therapy and some Jesus?
No.
Keke Palmer mama, you don't think something ain't wrong with her? Something's wrong.
Keke mama need a nutritionist, a weight loss plan, a man, some hard peen, all right, all that.
An exorcism, a 12-step program, all
12-step.
Here we go. I'm gonna let this video play for another minute. We're gonna get to the next topic, then I'll drop the link here after that. I just want to let this video play for another minute for the people. I know Mr. Walker haven't heard much of it, so here we go.
Armand.
Why are you harassing this girl?
Because
why are you doing this?
Why say horrible things to her?
she's the one that kept wanting to come back around. Trust me, I didn't want this.
But that makes no sense as to why you harass. You know, there's no need to say horrible things and send me this Usher picture. There's no reason for that. You do that because you're nuts. There's no reason for you to say that. Jezebel, calling me Haiti. That's all unnecessary. You do all of that unnecessarily because something's wrong with your mind. It's not normal. You sound like you have a broken brain and you need to go to see somebody because you're chemically imbalanced. There's nothing that I've done for you to stay on that page. People have endured more. I've endured more from you, and I don't do that to you. I don't sit up there and call you all kinds of names and do stuff like that. You randomly have an episode and then you harass me for an hour straight. That's what you do. It's not normal. It's not necessary. You could just not talk to me.
I'm gonna harass you. Usher's bisexual. He sleeps with men, you stupid motherfucker.
Armand Wiggins.
This motherfucker on earth.
You should know you spend a lot of time with Dorian.
Usher. You a dumb motherfucker. And then you let your family, you let your brother talk you into, hey man, look, your brother's a pussy too. His reputation in Hollywood is he's a fuck boy. And he's an asshole. And nobody really likes him. Lauren London don't like his ass.
Armand Wiggins.
So at the end of the day, you, the Jacksons, are fucking jokes. You guys are fucking jokes. That's what you are. You're a
So here we go. They keep gaslighting this man. You know, she done said Usher was a lady boy. Usher done came out. She done threw Lauren London. She throwing everybody under the bus to try to save their face. She gonna say, why are you worried about Usher? He don't even like women's. And then she came back and made a statement. She said, only reason I said that because I wanted him to leave my daughter alone.
See, yes, and she wasn't lying because yes, Order 66. For you that are unaware why Order 66 and the gynocracy is so toxic, because they think they lawless. Under Order 66, little 5'5" women can slap 6'6" men in the face with no repercussions. You can accuse a man of being adulterous, ladyboy, fence jumping, pole smoking, all that. No consequences at all. And like she said, I just said it because I was mad, but you know.
I think that.
And another thing, real quick, Crystal, through this whole thing, I know you were speaking on abuse. Like I said, y'all nowadays they start getting into monetary abuse, all that type of stuff. Granted, they never spoke on physical abuse. Keke kept saying, why you come over here heckling me? You called me a Jezebel, called me out my name. Throughout this whole call, they never said anything about him putting his hands on her.
I heard another recording where the mom was actually saying that. It wasn't this one. This is my first time hearing this full one. But I heard one where she was talking with the bullet in the whatever.
Yeah, this is that.
Well, I heard one where he specifically never denied hitting her. He never said, I never touched her. She touched me. I think they were both, like Mr. Walker said.
It was never brought up. It was never a thing. That's what I'm saying. Keke them never said nothing about. She just keeps saying what he was saying to her. They're considering that abuse, granted, but no, cause it ain't what people get back to the pit. That's why I wish Tyranny was up here. Get to the pictures and look at these pictures. He done threw over. Stop.
And it was two sets of pictures that went out. This is the thing. I wasn't there, but I heard a recording, and I'll have to find it and email it to you, where they were saying, like, you put your hands on my daughter or whatever. They were talking about the physical stuff, and he literally never denied it. He was on the phone quiet, like recording her, because she ended up saying something crazy that he wanted to use against her, but didn't realize that he never denied the allegations of actually touching her or hitting her. And granted, like I said, you know, just because you're short, you're little, then you can put your hands on somebody. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. You know, but I think that like I said, I already told you I thought something was off with Keke. She said that something is wrong with your brain, but it's like, if you're going to say something's wrong with his brain, you also should say something's wrong with your mama brain, because something's clearly off with her.
No, she gaslighting him, Crystal. She's trying to get this man to do something to her, or say they provoke her and her mom. This is gaslighting.
I think that she didn't want him to take the baby. So, okay, gaslighting, fine. But I think she really didn't want him to take the baby. Call my mama. And I'm putting my mom on speaker because you might say something to me. You might go off on me, but you ain't gonna go off on my mama. Also, this goes to my point I said last week. Y'all do understand that some abusive men, or some, let's say abusive people, both of them, let's use both of them. Some abusive people, some abusive women will not hit you every time you cheat, or every time you spend her money. Mr. Walker said don't use cheating as an example, but you know, whatever. But she might just haul off and hit you once or twice over the course of the relationship, or when y'all get too drunk. Goofy people do goofy stuff, sometimes randomly. That's all I'm saying. It might not be an everyday Ike and Tina, Cassie Diddy situation, but it was still wrong. I'm not messing with Keke with this one, but I'm not just, like I said, I'm not just going to say that he wasn't abusive in some way, shape, or form, even financially. But yeah, it also seems like something's off with his vibe. I'm gonna keep my personal opinions to myself, but it seems like Keke Palmer picked him. He was cute. He given that he ain't even really into her like that. We hope he's fully into women, period, based off the vibe I'm getting with the rest.
All right, see what I'm saying? All right.
That was crazy. But hey, I'm just
saying, I want to ask Crystal something too.
It's giving femininity to the height. It's giving girl don't play. It's giving all of that.
Lamb, after you, I want to go. I gotta ask Crystal something too.
It's just a question. Okay, so what do you think of this? Right. So I watched a video that someone made about the Keke thing, and this guy, he read a part of her book that she wrote, right? And in her book, she had wrote that she, in a previous relationship, she was with somebody, and it was physically, it got to where it was physically and like, I guess, emotionally abusive. And she said it was mostly on her part. And she said that she said that she would even do things on purpose to make him up, to get a rise out of him. Right. And this was in a previous relationship where she just wrote, this is a factual thing that she said. So, like, is that any consideration into the relationship now with him?
If y'all go back to last week, I already said that I don't think Keke Palmer is this innocent. I don't think she's straight up this aggressive. I'm going to punch you in your face every time you play with me. I said last week that something is off with her. I've been said that Keke Palmer, I already had more smoke for her. I'm sticking by what I said. It can change, but I think she's a little lost. I think she's a little loose up here. It ain't an excuse. It ain't saying that she got the right to put her hands on nobody, but it's just giving the full story. Something's wrong with Keke Palmer in general. Very vindictive, you know, provoking. We even talked about that last week. You know, she definitely is not just this innocent little, let's just use Cassie, okay? And Cassie wasn't even fully innocent, right? So I'm not sorry guys, I'm not saying that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not taking it away. That's not right. It's not.
But I'm
okay.
saying if she's freely admitting in book, in writing, saying that I was physically abusive to my previous partner. Like, does that really, is she really a victim now in this relationship? Like, what are the chances that it wasn't mutual on both parts, what was happening? If she was doing it before, if it was happening before, like, you're in two relationships that are physically abusive, like, that's not normal. Like,
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I'm just saying, if what happened, fine. But like, why is it that if she's saying that she did these things, why isn't he a victim too then?
He is. I mean, we said actually
no one said that. No one is saying that though.
Last week, if I'm not mistaken, we literally went into a conversation about how she was provoking him. I think it was somebody, Gavin or Mr. Walker, were like, those are fighting words. Like, she was trying to provoke this dude, and we were all like, she literally is. I think that we just went more into the rabbit hole of, is she still a victim? Is she not? My thing was, both of them were goofy. Ain't nobody got their right to put their hands on nobody. But at the same time, if a man knows he's in a relationship with a crazy woman, it's no excuse for her. Get away from the crazy woman who needs to go find herself. And that's all I was saying, because it still doesn't give you the right to put your hands on that woman. And also, look at what's happening now. Keke Palmer probably was way more annoying than he was to her. I mean, I can't imagine dating Keke Palmer. I'm not trying to be mean, but she's just annoying. I don't know. I'm not with that part of the sisterhood. I'm not with. I promise y'all, I'm not saying she didn't do anything. I'm not saying that.
So what you got for her? What you got, Pick Me, real quick? What you got?
So I have a question too. So I do not stand behind men abusing their wives under any circumstances, but in the event it does happen, and say it happens for a few years, a woman finally decides to leave, there are children involved. Do you think a child should be withheld from their father because he abused the mother?
No, I don't. I said that last week. I think that it has to be extreme measures for a man to not be able to see his child, male or female. To me, the only time a male or a male shouldn't be able to see his child is if he's on drugs, bad, you know what I'm saying? Like drugs, alcohol, something to where he's literally not taking care of the baby, which I think you said last week, Pick Me, he was just fine taking care of the baby while you were doing photo shoots. And, so that's why I didn't agree with that. And it was a temporary full custody. It's temporary full custody. So this is in no way, shape, or form something that's supposed to be long term. But yeah, I didn't agree with that part at all. Like, no, I said that. I even said, even if the guy isn't financially helping, he should still be able to see his child. He should still be getting his money together, but he still should see the child.
Fucking joke. So don't blame Keke for being a joke. You was a joke before you met her.
Armand Wiggins.
So don't blame her. Don't call her cunt. And what man thinks they gonna call the mother of their child cunt, bitches, whore, you've been run through, but I'm gonna come and get the baby. What kind of mental motherfucker are you? Nobody does that, dare you? Nobody does that. What woman wants their child to go be with a man who calls them cunts and bitches? That's the stupidest thing I've ever. If my daughter ever give you the baby after you call her a cunt, I'm gonna beat her ass.
Armand Wiggins.
And you know what?
Baby's gonna be back in my arms. I'm like, the inevitable's gonna happen. He's gonna grow up to be a man, a real man, and he's gonna go ahead and just come on over. All right. Dad, I'm his dad. I'm his dad. I'm his dad. I don't care about what you all think. I don't care what you think, especially Keke. I don't care about what anybody else thinks. Sharon, your opinion is very little to me. You're wasting your breath right now, Sharon. You're wasting your breath right now. You're wasting your breath right now. Trust me. Yeah. Armand Wiggins. Well, I've seen this like 20 different times, Sharon. It doesn't faze me anymore. None of what y'all do faze me anymore. Come on now. Where's my son at? Where's my son at? Armand Wiggins. Okay.
So you hear him. He like, man, this ain't his first rodeo. He said, this don't faze me no more. Y'all keep coming at me. Like you said, listen to her mom. We know women like her in the hood. These are some of the most brutish women to roam the planet. These are women kings. And she up here.
Here's my thing. I don't think that we are so desensitized to, you know, these gynocratic goons like Keke's mama. I got all the smoke for Keke's mama. Cause like Pick Me said, yeah, this goofy one, she reminded me of something like my mom. Like how she was saying about tyranny. Don't want to answer questions, want to beat around the bush, and just want to be a whole gynocratic goon. She said, do y'all, I don't know men that rule with such an iron fist. She said, you old bleepity bleep. If she would have gave you your son, I would have beat her. I'm gonna beat her. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat everybody. This woman, this a whole woman with estrogen in a womb. She's just a woman talking about she gonna beat everybody. TJ, if you was on the phone, TJ, she said she gonna beat you too. Everybody get beat.
This is amazing. What you got, Pick Me?
I don't know. I do not like Keke's mom. Let me first off by saying that. But wholeheartedly, I believe she is a woman that's suffering from arrested development. We need to figure out how old she is and how old she was when she gave birth. That might have a lot to do with why she stopped aging, but it's very evident. And the very cycle that she's pushing is why I don't stand with the sisterhoods for all the people who questions it. Like, you hear her. That man didn't do nothing to the baby. There's nothing with him being a good father. She wants to keep the father away from the child because of her opinion of this man. And that's never a reason to keep a father away from a child. So I'll continue to stand on my island, though.
You know what? That's what I want to say to you, Pick Me. Don't feel too bad about, you know, not having too much female friends, because that's the issue that my wife suffers. It seems to me that real women that don't feed into the toxic, a narcissistic sisterhood aren't too much welcomed by y'all female counterparts, and it's unfortunate. It really is. But you don't too much look at it as a bad thing, because, like I said, yeah, it seems like the wives can't really find friends out here. I about guarantee you, and shout out to Breon, I about guarantee you, pretty much every wife can say it's hard to really find a real female friend they can vibe with that don't eventually come with jealousy and angles, and that's just that's unfortunate.
Man.
So that's true, Mr. Walker. So like I said, I'm gonna let this play. Try to get Crystal back up here. Here we go.
That's what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You are a dickless motherfucker.
I'm sure.
I don't know what the fuck my daughter done showing your lipstick ass.
I'm
looking. I'm about to fix it.
That's what you raised. That's what you raised.
You are, yeah, and that's what your mama raised. Dick sucker.
Okay.
Your brother's a dick sucker too.
I'm sure.
Both of y'all are dick suckers.
I'm sure.
You probably suck dicks too.
Okay.
Armand Wiggins.
Dick sucker.
Yep.
That's
You a dick sucking motherfucker.
All right. So about a bullet.
You keep fucking around, I might get somebody to fuck you.
All right. So about that bullet again.
You keep fucking with me, you might get a dick in your ass.
Okay.
Keep fucking with me.
Okay.
You motherfuckers don't know who you dealing with.
Y'all do. Y'all have no idea who you stepped up and play with, but it's all good.
I'm trying to be nice to you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice because I thought you had some mental problems.
Nope.
So I try to be nice. But you gonna talk about my daughter? You gonna harass my daughter? You gonna talk about Usher? Usher is gay.
Armand
You and
Wiggins.
your stupid ass family don't even understand the business. Usher is gay, guys.
Armand
Told her to
Wiggins.
put some clothes on.
Gay.
Told her to put some clothes on.
Get me into Usher. You
Told
stupid motherfucker.
her to put some clothes on.
You are stupid.
Told her to put some clothes on.
You are.
Yo, this woman is egregious. I mean,
Yes.
this is. Oh, she talking about. Yeah, you keep playing. Must put something up your. You know what? She telling you can't say that to no man.
You a liar. She can say what she want to say. She talking about him. Everybody catching this work. The baby daddy, Usher. She's sitting here trying to make a very strong argument that Usher is a fence jumper and dude got kids. How you going how real rap? Like we should only say what we can prove. We talking about a man, because I'm a fan of the Confessions album.
But it's two things. It's true. Is her word carries some weight, Mr. Walker.
Yes.
No, I mean, because she normally know what's going on in the streets, so they like, man.
And Usher was coddled by P. Diddy.
Diddy. And Diddy tried to get him. He tried to
y'all
lure
want to do
him.
these rabbit holes. There we go. Go ahead, Mr. Walker. What you got?
That's what I was saying. This is this is Mr. Confessions himself.
I love Usher. He's literally my favorite. Like
I mean,
he's not biased.
His number one
I don't think so
album, Usher's Thriller album, is about knocking ladies down.
I don't think Usher is the G word. I think it was those situations we talked about earlier where somebody probably was touched at an earlier age. And this is why, you know, P. Diddy was up to some messy stuff. And even Usher had a video that had went viral about him kind of staying silent about it. So I don't know, but I think what we missing, the bigger thing that needs to be on display. I'm not saying, obviously, I know I don't play about domestic abuse, but Keke's mama, which we all agreed with last week, if anybody go back, she is an example of the toxic, like Lamb was saying, that toxic, mad Black woman who you can't tell her nothing. I raised you, I fed you, I gave you a roof over your head. Where was your daddy? She's that. And they said she was even married, but she is a mess.
I think that, I'm sorry, people that are not, emotionally developed, when they get confronted or they get triggered or upset or backed into a corner, they just resort to insulting and they try to hit you as hard as you can. And that's the baseline of it. Like they haven't developed to where they can have an actual conversation. They have to resort to insults because it's going to harm the person, right? They're just trying to hurt you. And that's what she was just trying to do. She was trying to hurt the man for whatever reason, like you say, gaslight him and the whole thing. So I don't think it's anything about Usher being gay or not. I don't think that was the case. I think she was just saying stuff on purpose to hurt the man. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. Yes, that's what sign language is. Sign language is only there to try to antagonize, gaslight, hurt, try to knock a man off their square. So they're gonna call you everything but a child of God to get you to fall into a feminist state. How that brother don't mind falling into, and start trying to debate and with a hyena.
I be appreciating Crystal points of views because she be trying to give us because I'm a modern woman too, or I am a single mom, but it's like you be giving us the sisterhood modern version take. But I just disagree wholeheartedly. I just think it's bad behavior. It's a cycle that needs to be stopped. And these are the things that's breaking up families. We cannot keep deciding that things these women are in control. That's what they want, the power. They want to control everything. And Keke mama is power hungry. Like, she talking on that phone like she Diddy. Like, that's literally how she was sounding. Like, in Hollywood, you don't know what they say about you guys. Girl, you're 50. Grow up and find something else better to talk about. That's not how a grandmother would solve a problem. My grandmother would never say that.
Yeah, living through your daughter with your big,
So it's just like, it's a lack of women maturing. And I think we absolutely need to shut that behavior down. Like, no, we cannot just sit up here and run with it. They running with this man is abusive. I don't think this video alone proves that this man is not abusive, because why would you be sitting up here antagonizing a man who punched women in their face? Man. Why would you be calling him gay? Why would you do any of that?
When nobody antagonizing Ike, who was antagonizing Ike Turner? Nobody.
So the math doesn't math. If I know that this man is gonna tee off on me at any point, I'm never gonna be like, yeah, that's why you be playing with what? No,
I don't think her mother together. I think you missing it, pick me. I think this dude. Okay, let's just say the worst. If anything, if we had to put him in a category, to probably be user. If we giving him a bad title, I'm not saying he is. It would probably be using her for her money and or narcissistic. That's what it seems like. And I know people hate that word. It's not I'm just saying, I have seen men and women.
Look, we rabbit holing. Look, shout out to Wyatt, man. What he say? He said, every time Crystal rabbit hole, she get in a rabbit hole. Yeah! So
let me say this. I'm sorry. I don't think that. I think that this man genuinely wanted to love Keke. I think that Keke is too much of a modern woman to step back and realize what's going on. I think regardless, that man wanted to be a man who wanted to lead his household. He wanted a woman that represented him well outside, not showing her tail because Usher's giving her a little bit of attention. He wanted a woman that made the Jackson name look respectable. Keke's not doing that. And instead of giving that man what he desires, a respectable woman, she is a modern woman and she's clashing with him. That's all I think this is. I think this is a power play. I don't think there was ever a
So you really think this dude didn't do nothing? Pick me. Just tell me that. You think that he was in no way, shape, or form, he was being an angel in this mug and Keke was just...
I wouldn't say an angel. I would say that Keke attracted what she was and they absolutely probably had issues. But I do not think that that man was trying to control her in the least bit. I think that that man wanted to build a family with her. And she didn't know how to build a family. She was raised by that woman who breaks up homes and controls stuff because her feelings is out of hand. So I don't think
we gotta stop being triggered by the word control. Y'all have heard Mr. Walker. We done said up here, a man can't protect what he can't control. Y'all can't, y'all look at words like control and obey and
control
submit.
A trigger word?
And the hairs on the back of y'all neck stand up.
Not for me.
Yeah. Trigger words for the gynocracy. Control, submit. That make they go crazy. Yeah.
Can I explain? Can I ask a question just real quick? No rabbit holes, I swear. I promise.
Go ahead.
But don't you think I agree with the whole idea of, okay, if you're in the middle of a situation and a man has to move you out the way, you need to listen, and it's easy to listen then and move out the way or submit or listen to his authority. I get it. And you can't be surprised when a situation happens. You never want to listen at any time and then you wonder why you hurt. I get that. I also think that with that being said, we have a society to where people will take that and run full throttle with that. And women overly, I can't think for myself. And I feel like sometimes men go a little hard on it's what I say, it gets a little, the patriarch starts to come in real.
Now, here's the thing. Let me touch on that. Now you talked about. Now here's the thing. Here's a phenomenon that's expressed in this space. Where a woman is going to kind of turn off her thinking around a man she deems a responsible leader, and that's just true. Yeah, me and my wife talk about it. My wife is brilliant. But with that being said, I had to come to terms as growing into a leader and as a husband that when you on your square, your woman gonna turn her brain off when you out and about for the most part, and she just enjoying things.
Where we going, babe? Which way? Which restaurant?
Yeah,
I don't know. Can you tell me?
And so this is all control. This is control. You're gonna do what I say because it has nothing to do so much with the rise of the patriarchy, nothing like that. We getting back to just the way it's supposed to be, balance.
And we start to speak on nug at the same time. We're not speaking for all men. Just because you part of the sisterhood, and a lot of times you can try to speak for all women. We don't stand on that hill. We sit up here speaking for all men. We speak for a small percentage, meaning so most women probably won't even find this man that they worthy of controlling them, quote unquote. So go ahead, Lane.
I was going to say, I think that, I don't know, but I feel like the people that the women that have issues with control or obey or whatever, they may not have. I'm going to assume that you were not raised in a family where your father was the head of the household, and at the end of the day, like, he'll get the opinion of the wife, but it's his say. At the end of the day, he's going to make the final decision. So I feel like there might be a lot of women that never grew up in that environment, and they have no idea what it means to be in a relationship with the man that's actually a good man, that's a loving one, that's not going to guide you off of a cliff, right? He's going to protect you. And so if you know that, if you know your man's going to protect you at all costs, then him controlling you isn't a bad thing, because he's not controlling you in a negative way. It's control to make sure that the family is headed the right direction. That's all that it is. So I think it's not anything wrong with the men wanting to control, unless, that you said, Crystal, they're trying to take advantage of it. But those aren't the men we're talking about. Like, there's,
So, but Lamb, listen to what just happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
the issue, and we ain't going down no rabbit holes,
Oh,
but I think
okay,
there's.
oh.
I'm gonna leave it alone, and we just gonna drop the mic.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
I'm
Okay.
just
Go
saying,
ahead, respond. 30 seconds. Go ahead. You muted.
with that, with two lambs point to Mr. Gavin's point and Walker, like y'all heard I said, which way we going? Hold on, I don't know what we're doing. Where we going to eat? Look, I'm here for it. Okay, I'm here for that leadership in a real man. Thank God I've experienced it. I think the issue we got a lot of bonquishas, and I ain't say that I'm part of the bonquisha sisterhood. I just said I see what needs to be adjusted, and I rather help if I can, if they're open, right? But I think we also got the nug, and I have a heart for nug. I do, not because I want him at all, no thank you, man, but because I understand that within every nug is an unhealed little boy. And that's all I'm saying. But with that being said, like Gavin, all these nugs grow up now. These nugs grow up. And so they're out cheering these streets trying to, the Bible says that you shall submit to me because, and that's where we're having an issue. I just think it's some stuff out of order. But I agree with you, Lamb. I'm going to leave it at that.
Well, there you go. Nug. Only people out here looking at a woman trying to convince her to get on his page using words like submit and control and bull stuff like that is a nug. Because never in a million years have those words ever popped up in my life. I ain't never ever.